Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing the perfect palette tag. I saw it on Emily Noel's page, and then that girl Shay XO just did it, and I know that I might be getting a few palettes for Christmas, but I wanted to jump on the bandwagon while this tag was relevant still, because I did the rainbow tag like 20 years too late and nobody watched it because nobody cared anymore. But um, I am going to just get started. So for best packaging, I think that the best packaging of a palette that I have is probably the Creme de Couture palette by Sigma. Um, they're Maroon inspired colors, and they have amazing payoff. This is my first Sigma um, anything that I've ever had. I don't have Sigma brushes, but I do have this palette, and then I have a few of their blushes. Um, but I mean, this packaging is just adorable. Even on the inside of the lid, they put detailing. These are actually my wedding colors, mint, white, and peach. So, I mean, I guess I just gravitate towards those things, but just really cute. I mean, even down to the detail in the filler. I mean, they just really put thought into their products and how they display them, and I just really, really love the look of this palette. Second question is best color payoff, and that would have to be this CAO Cosmetics palette. I have had this since cosmetology school. If you didn't know, I did go to Paul Mitchell, and that's a wonderful school if you're looking. But this palette came in our makeup kits, and to be quite honest with you, I assumed that in a school makeup kit it would just be a lower end product, um, but not at Paul Mitchell. They do it big there. So this palette is amazing. I used to use this palette every single day on clients or on myself. Sorry about that mirror blinding you. I used to use this color here as the brow color to fill in my brows. And I mean, none of these are close to hitting pan. This black is just the cream of the crop for black liners. It's so matte, it stays all day. If you don't know how to use black shadow and you're beginning, that's not the one for you because it can get messy because it's so pigmented. But I mean, this is my holy grail of palettes. Um, I would say, because I mean, there's plums in there. There's enough for a neutral eye. This will get you by. This has, um, all the shades that you do need for an evening look, a day look, just a natural look. I mean, if you needed to dip in there for contour or highlight, I mean, there's plenty of options. So this is definitely the best color payoff that I have. Next question is most versatile. I think that for most versatile, it would be the Few of My Favorite Things palette. Looks like this with golden pink chevron. And it is by Too Faced. But I mean, Emily Noel calls this one the holy grail of holiday palettes because look at it. You get greens and blues, plums and browns. There's a black down there. I mean, there's, purpley colors, tons of neutral shades. And then on the bottom, even, there is bronzers and blushes. They even have the Chocolate Soleil, which is becoming my favorite, but I don't want to get addicted to it because I like switching things up. But honestly, Chocolate Soleil has been my go-to product. If I could only pick one favorite product for the year even, it might be the Chocolate Soleil out of this. So, I mean, just most versatile, I think that this one would definitely take the cake for that. Next is best for traveling. Best for traveling, definitely. And I have the Lorac Pro To Go palette. I know a lot of people have the Lorac Pro palette and they love it. I opted for this one. I mean, they were really close in price. But this one, I mean, it's just so small and sleek. Even if you needed to like flatten it to put it in a bag to travel, um, it's just amazing. I mean, in here there's crease color, highlight color, blending color. I mean, there's just everything in here, and that black is just the bee's knees as well. I'm all for a good black shadow. I mean, most shadows you can work with. If you have a terrible black, you have a terrible black, and that that is an issue. So on the top there are those, and then just like the Lorac palette, the top are shimmer and the bottom are matte. So I mean, there's a lot of mixing and matching that you could do with those. And then on the bottom it comes with 2 blushes and a bronzer. So for travel, I mean, when you're traveling, unless you're traveling for like a makeup show or a hair show or, you know, a job or something like that, really this is all you need to get up every day and just get a beautiful look out of what you have with you, especially if you're crunched for the weight that your suitcase is or the space that you have to bring something. So definitely for travel, the Lorac Pro to Go. And I know this one came from Sephora. I know Ulta has a different Pro to Go. I don't have that one. I know it is a little different, but I am in love with this one. So next is biggest regret. Now, I don't want anyone to fight me on this, because the only reason this is my biggest regret is because I love all my palettes, and this is only a regret because if I could go back, I would have chose the Pretty Rebel palette instead of the Too Faced Return of Sexy. But I mean, there are a ton of colors. There's just a few reasons that this isn't my favorite. One of them being that there are no matte shades. Another one of them being that the color payoff is not 100%, especially for the price. Michael did buy this for me, and I mean, it's an amazing palette, but out of what I have, I wish I would have gotten the Pretty Rebel instead. I mean, it's a great palette, but I just don't like that there's no matte shades. It's not quite as versatile as I would like. I mean, if they had thrown in, you know, a matte on each little set, then I think this would have just been in the running for the best palette I had. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's my biggest regret, only because I wish I would have gotten something else. Next is best color names. Oh, there's so many. I mean, I am a sucker for cute names. I base my nail polish purchases on the names of the polishes. This is Linkin Park After Dark. So, I mean, I guess a few of my favorite things, I've always loved the sound of music. It's always been near and dear to me. So for this to have like Moon on Their Wings, and one of the blushes is called Raindrops on Roses, and I mean Crisp Apple Strudel, Snowflakes, you know, I think that this is just, the names in this are just the cutest, But actually following this one, these names crack me up. This is the Meet Matte Nude palette, and some of these names, I mean, they're all after men, but I mean, this palette is just so funny. Matt Johnson, Matt Garcia, you know, just a bunch of different men's names. And the front of this is hilarious. It says size matters. And it cracks me up. So, runner-up for names would just be the Meet Matte, just because they're all different men's names, and that cracks me up. So, I think that might have been the last question in the tag. Let me check. Least used. Oh. So, don't be mad. I just don't use it a lot. This is the Naked 2 Urban Decay palette. I know it's a lot of people's holy grail. I know it's a lot of people's favorite. And it's a great palette. It's just my least reached for. I mean, aside from the Return to Sexy, but that's no here or there. But, yeah, when I got this, I thought I was the coolest kid on the block. I mean, there is just a plethora of nude colors. I used the heck out of Booty Call, but none of them are even close to pan. I used to fill my brows in with Busted, which is a shimmer. I don't know what I was thinking, but, I mean, the packaging is beautiful. It came with a lip gloss that I didn't like. I mean, the mirror is humongous. I don't want to blind you, but the mirror is amazing, full of fingerprints. But, I mean, the color payoff's great. If you needed to go somewhere and you have this and you don't have the Pro to Go palette, this would work for you to do a ton of looks, but it's just my least reached for. It's in my drawer. I really want the Naked 3, but I don't know why, because it'll probably just sit there like the Naked 2. So, and the last question is, most used, most loved, or Desert Island? Okay, well, first of all, everyone says, I would never bring a palette to a deserted island. I would want to get off and blah, blah, blah. When I feel sick, or when I feel bad, or when I am stuck somewhere, and, you know, it just makes me feel a little better if I don't look like a monster. So I'm going to have to say, if I was stranded, I would wish that this one was with me. A few of my favorite things. It did also come with a mascara, so I would just take the whole box set. And I'm not ashamed to say that, because sure, I'd want to eat, and I'd want to, I wish this had a mirror with it. I'd want to eat, but if someone found me, I'd want them to not be afraid of me if I looked like a island monster. So this is my holy grail for the moment. You know, Desert Island. Just because, I mean, it would entertain me for a little bit. And I think that if I had to pick one, and I was stranded on a deserted island, that they would have to not run out. That a magical power would fill these up, and that magical power would not be used on getting me off the island, apparently. But, this is just a great palette. I just feel very fortunate to have the palettes that I do. I know a lot of people think that they're a waste of time or waste of money. I don't. So I'm very proud to have what I do have. I feel very fortunate, and that is the rest of my palette tag. Perfect palette tag. I would like to do a giveaway. And in this giveaway, I am going to give away a Meet Matte palette. So what is going to happen is I will give away a Meet Matte palette when I reach 50 subscribers. So share this video, ask people to subscribe, whatever you gotta do. If they leave your name below, that gives you an extra entry. The other entry will be a like on this video. So this is the Meet Matte Nude palette, and it has a giant mirror on the top. I don't want to blind you. And then it has these colors in here, so I will be giving one of these away when I reach 50 subscribers. If I don't get there by the next video I post, then it will just keep on going, because I haven't ordered it yet, so it won't expire. How about that? But yeah, those are just a few favorites I have. Also, the BH Cosmetics palettes are amazing, perfect payoff. Don't stay as long as I want them to, but it's getting dark, so I'm going to cut this short. I tag all of you, leave it as a video response below, and I hope you'll have a great rest of your night. Bye!